And we are live. They can hear me. They can hear you.
Mama say mama mana mana. Mama say mama not mana mana. Mama say mama not mana mana.
Perfect.
Sure I'm singing that song wrong.
Ah,
But I don't care.
Welcome everyone to episode 140, right? Right? I'm not wrong, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
It would be
yes.
very awkward for the person that downloaded the thumbnail, uploaded the thumbnail, set up the stream to not remember the episode number. But yes, welcome to episode 140 of the JAC Show. I am your host, Jack.
Dang, we're 10 till 150, Dan.
No kidding.
God dang it. This can we let's retcon it. We're gonna restart our number.
Yes, we're going to season 2, guys.
Exactly. No, better. We're gonna do it like comics. Next week is going to be all new, all different JAC Show episode.
No, better. It's a alternate timeline. Something happened to where it reversed time into an alternate timeline. It is now the JAC Show. Doesn't have the same ring to it, but
it's the same thing. We just agreed on a different name. Oh, but yes, welcome folks to episode 140 of the JAC Show, and we will, I promise, we will get to the thumbnail soon. But first, you know, I got a beef to grind, Jack. I got a beef not with you, luckily.
Oh, okay.
At least not this week.
I was ready to fight.
No. Last time we competed, the loss was so bad I disappeared for a few weeks.
Disappeared off the face of the earth.
I went to lick my wounds and go, what did I go wrong? And then I think back to what you told me, and I go, this is why I don't play soccer. But no, so actually I want to start with this first because it's actually, Jack, it's just actually something tangentially related to something we used to enjoy during our high school years.
Oh.
So first off, let me go ahead and give you a link for the context. Now I don't know where I can find the original tweet, so this is a repost of said tweet. Now I should give it to you, Jack, and you can share amongst the people. Oh, excuse me, I don't know why I did that. My bad. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He had to flex it.
the people, Batman.
Okay, right. Bane.
I was born in the darkness. Do you prefer whatever accent that is to Bane, or when he's actually like Hispanic?
I prefer the Hispanic one, but I do like the meme on the whatever that accent is.
Exactly. I think apparently he's supposed to be some sort of. I forget the European nation. All I could think at the time is supposed to sound like someone like a gypsy thing.
Really? I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't
sound
know
like it.
Yeah, because the actor is British.
Oh! You meant the other one, not the Hispanic one.
No, the Hispanic one's fine. You know, they get a guy. In the animated series, he actually had it wasn't heavy, so it was very subtle in that good way. Where he still spoke well, but you can hear the accent. The worst one had to be Batman Robin, where he literally just went like that's literally his dialogue. he just pretty much just became a Frankenstein monster. Oh wait, no, there actually is one. He has one line that he actually says something, and this is when Mr. Freeze took over the Gotham Observatory, and he ordered Bane to put icicle bombs all over the observatory, and as Bane is putting down the bombs, he just keeps saying boom, boom, boom. That's like his only line.
And he got paid in millions.
Probably no.
No, not millions, but he got paid a lot for it.
He got paid pretty good money.
Yep.
All right, so Jack, I send you the link to where I found the tweet.
I see it.
And now, first off, Jack, do you remember a little Karibo?
I do.
Yeah. So it's involved Sam. For those who don't know, because he is definitely some a relic, once of an older time, a time where you could get away with a lot of copyright stuff on YouTube, before that was taken away.
Mm-hmm.
And he is well known for being the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge all those years ago, which apparently he's still doing to this day.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I thought he would be finished or give up like Team Four Star did. I digress though. But yeah, is what he's well known for, and he put out some tweets that I found to be very interesting. So right now, Jack is showing it off to you on screen. I'll go ahead and read it off. So I won't, and so you can hear some his response to a certain topic that he wants to share his opinion on. Oh, and I won't do the accent, but just pretend you hear a British voice as I read this tweet because he is British.
Oh no, them British.
Yep. And I quote me. Fans, nobody in the anime industry owes you an explanation as to why they change things in an adaptation. Person. But what am I supposed to do? They won't explain it to me. Assume that there was a reasonable explanation and it was approved by the Japanese studio, and he replies in some sort of gift from some Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
And on the next image, there's someone responds, "Oh, this is about dubbing adaptation changes. What do you think about when Japanese animation studios change things from the manga for no clear or an obvious bad reason, like in Promised Neverland Season 2, which I have no context for, or various anime being way more sexualized than in the manga?" Little Kirill responds, "I mean, that's weird to me, but to be honest, I don't watch anime to even know about any of that. It's not about justifying the changes, it's about not harassing staff about them." So, now, so here's where my beef starts, Jack. Here's
All
where my
right.
beef starts. So I don't know if are you aware of the topic of of localization when it comes to foreign media?
More or less, but
Right.
not too much.
Right. Well, there is a well, it's a at least in the social media space. It's also Hello Ghetto. I do see you there, Hello Ghetto. There is a there is an intense discussion when it comes to adaptation specifically regards to anime, because essentially there have been many examples of people trying to call out a poor translation or a poor localization to the point that fans of whatever said franchise or series, will get upset about these changes only to be met with either, let's see, either with poor justification from the people who are localizing or translating the piece of media themselves, or yeah, either poor justification or inserting their own interpretation of what the original text or meaning is said in the Japanese, which can vary from maybe either from a statement to literally inserting their own politics, which is has happened in many of Funimation dubbed anime,
Mm-hmm.
like that one time that I remember witnessing an episode of Interview with Monster Girls, I believe that's what it's called, where literally a line about Gamergate was inserted into the dub. And
Oh,
no,
really?
Gamergate yes, and no, Gamergate was not mentioned in the original
Oh,
Japanese.
well, that I do know because I watched the original Japanese. Hmm.
Yes. And that's not and that's not the only time Funimation has done that. So again, very loose liberties when translating this stuff, which one could argue is almost as bad as when 4Kids did. Because you know how Yu-Gi-Oh, especially with Yu-Gi-Oh, with little Karibo, he made his I don't know, I don't say fortune, but fame by riffing on the Yu-Gi-Oh series that he enjoys But let's be honest, that the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh, hard to go back to.
All I
Like we
remember is
all
the little, the freaking. They're like, hold up, Kaiba, and they're just pointing their fingers at him, even though in the
exactly
Japanese
it's
they're holding
guns.
guns, which makes a lot more sense.
Yes. So so the funny part is he says all this stuff in his tweets, trying to be like is like trying to essentially excuse, trying to say trying to be, give excuse for these companies who do a bad job of localizing or translating a piece of foreign media to the and saying it's like, oh no, trust them. They know what they're doing. And this is the same
Mm.
guy who many years ago made fun of a Japanese the of an English version of a Japanese show because of how either nonsensical or straight up bizarre that the English version of the show, um, in order to meet U.S. standards and TV regulations, how much Yu-Gi-Oh had to change in order for it to be aired on TV. Like for the longest time, I thought the Shadow Realm was an actual thing in Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I've come to learn many years later that when they say the Shadow Realm, the characters are actually trying to kill each other
Yeah,
with the children's card game.
yeah, it's wild whenever that that can of worms get open to you. So you're just like thinking about it at every single instance of the Shadow Realm, which it makes sense because remember that scene where Kaiba and Yugi have to work together to fight I think it was like the clown people, and if they lost the game, they would like the glass underneath them will explode and they just fall to the Shadow Realm.
I remember the one where a Joey was possessed and and Yugi had to go and face him, but every time they lose their life points, an anchor will slowly go towards the sea. So whoever loses will drown when the anchor completely drops.
Yeah,
And as a kid, I'm like, but he's going to drown. He's not entering a shadow realm. So I'm trying to wrap my head around how they're going to the shadow realm when clearly they're gonna drown, meaning they're gonna die. So again, that's the context here. That Karibo is defending poor choices that these big. Let's face it, these big corporations make when bringing these anime shows and movies from Japan,
mm.
yet made a living by making fun of those exact same practices till this day.
You know what it could be, and I say this
What?
as like a
Mm-hmm.
hyperbole.
Right.
He's doing this because he wants more content to be able to farm off of.
Only problem is 4 Kids is not really around, at least not the way we know them. So there's no dubbing company doing that type of things anymore. And honestly, a lot of English dub nowadays are competent.
Yep.
Like it's actually very it's like nowadays it's actually very rare to find a dubbed anime that's actually like bad in the sense of how old 90s anime dubs were bad.
The problem is that at least nowadays, when they are bad, they're terrible. And the thing is that when they're terrible, it's because they do a lot of self insert propaganda, like how
Oh yeah.
with as you said with the what was it called
Gamer gamer.
interspecies view interviewer, that and also
Yeah.
I think Dragon Maid did the same thing.
Yep. Yep. Oh man. I think
But
there was
back
a
then the changes were silly because people. I mean, people in the U.S. they have a whole aspect of cartoons that's instantly for kids because they
well,
don't realize that well for the most
it's
part.
a well, it was a little more than it's a little bit more than that. I mean, you're right in the sense that most common people, I think it's slowly changing, but for the most part, when most people see something animated, they associate it with children. But in regards to Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and even Dragon Ball Z, a lot of there was a lot of those shows had to be changed in
Hmm.
order to fit the FCC regulations, so they could be aired on these children's programming.
Yeah.
And but sometimes, specifically change things to not even. But some of there's changes that don't even make sense from a censorship. Some of these just the people who have these animes, they go from weird things like uh and the older dubs of Dragon Ball Z, when remember Goku's speech to Frieza
Mhm. Yeah.
about he's a sand from Earth, and
Yeah.
how and they change it in English that he's the hope of the universe, which is cool but extremely inaccurate, and
It's
it is
big.
literally not what Goku said to him.
It's because again, it's going back to like a whole thing about the relating to kids and like having a superhero type of character. For example, when it comes to relating to kids, remember the infamous Brock donut scene?
Yes, yeah.
People, of course, we and they and sometimes they even went above and beyond. Instead of a certain food that was rolling down the hill, I think it was like an onigiri for rolling down the hill, they changed it to a sub sandwich. And and like they did these things because they're like, oh well, kids can't relate to an onigiri. I don't know what that is. Let's change it to a donut. But sir, should we edit it? No, we don't have time for that. Let's just call it a donut. And this is just things about. It's literally just a little bit of, oh, this is for kids, and then also a little bit of, oh, we need this to be relatable to the U.S. market.
Yep. Or just the Western market in general, because that
Yeah,
includes U.S., Canada, UK, all
true,
English-speaking
but
nations.
yeah, but that it's Canada.
It's they still bow to the crowd. And he, Ghetto has a few comments. He says, not only were people killing each other in a children's card game, the universe full on ended and rebuilt itself over a children's card game. He continues, now he's to go back to pulling random people off the street. Hey, Shenmue 3 technically did that.
True.
Seg Ace, and also, Jack, I don't know if you, I don't know if you're aware of this, but when Sega re-released their newest version of not Dead or Alive, Virtual Fighter 5 Ultimate
Mhm.
Showdown,
Mhm.
they went above and beyond and literally and rebuilt the game uh using the same game engine that was are used for the Yakuza game, so the game looks much better than it did back in whenever the original came out.
Oh, nice.
But but the only thing that stayed the same was literally the voice acting. Even the quality of the voice acting, it still sounds. It doesn't. It's like guys, it's so weird. You see a game that looks very beautiful and well rendered, with like audio quality from 2007.
That's high def models, low audio quality.
Sega to keep it the tradition alive. Ghetto says, now that I realize it, outside of the anime on Toonami, the only anime regularly airing on TV are stuff like Digimon, Pokemon, stuff like that. Anime already aimed at kids. Yep. Well, and also, well, there's also like when Toonami proper, where you have your regular um I guess is a weird way to say it. I guess your regular mainstream anime, that will air on Toonami. Like
Mhm.
I remember one, like I think that's actually I don't know if it is
And
that how
I
people
think I
are.
remember they did something with what was that one? Demon Slayer? The Demon Slayer?
Yeah,
And
they have a lot of
Chainsaw
them.
Man, I think.
Yeah, they have lots of more up to date popular ones on modern Toonami. So there's also that, but like that's only for people who remembered old Toonami. So that's a very niche. It's a very niche audience. Ghetto says, I know Disney tried to air Doraemon, but they give up at some point. No, no, no. You want to know what? You know what? They Disney did that twice. Doraemon, but there's also one more anime Disney tried to air on their own network. Do you remember what that is, Jack?
No, what was it?
Do you remember when Disney had the license to air Naruto Shippuden on Disney XD?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, no one remembers. No one remembers, but I do.
I
I
do.
do
I
Disney.
remember that.
Yeah, and I'm like, how the heck is Naruto Shippuden gonna be on like Disney? It's like it also is like it's oh man, like I know there was like the when it was on Cartoon Network, there was a lot of edits there, but it was kind of mostly, I guess you could say, accurate. The only thing they really took away was just a lot of the blood and violence.
Hmm.
But with Shippuden, where they go a bit more in some cases, I'm like, there's no way that Shippuden's gonna stay on a Disney network for so long, and it
Yeah.
didn't. Yep. And of course, and there's the notorious Nickelodeon version of Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I do remember that
Yeah,
vaguely.
with the blue Mr. Popo.
And I think it switched over to Cartoon Network very quickly after that, right?
If it did, I don't know. I only remember seeing advertised it on Nickelodeon, and not even Nickelodeon proper. I think it was on Nick too.
You know what's one thing though I did enjoy from Kai. Of course, it's the theme song, best theme song ever.
Dragon Soul.
Yes, Dragon. I have it on my playlist, on my liked playlist, both versions, the
What a
Japanese
we-
and the English.
what a weeb, but I agree. It's also a pretty good song.
I end up like singing it in the car.
I remember watching. Not to get to count to digress a bit. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I was mostly enjoying it. But until I heard Gohan's voice, and if I watch it now, I'd probably be it won't bother me as much. But at the time, I remember being so bothered. Like, why is Gohan so different? What happened to Gohan? But not sure if I rewatch it. It's not that big a deal. And I actually did want to give Dragon Ball Z Kai like watch it properly since it cuts off a lot of the fluff. Though I do remember we're just watching an episode of Kai, just how because it's edited so much, the pacing kind of feels like off
Rushed.
at times, like
Yeah, yeah,
super rushed.
yeah.
Like Seagetto says, actually they made it to the Cell Saga, but they re-aired on Toonami and did the Boo arc. Ah, I see. So that's how it is. Oh, so that's how far Nickelodeon got to the Cell Saga. That's actually a pretty long while.
Yeah, see that's the thing that I was frustrated with Kai is that it kept only doing the Cell Saga, and I at that time I vaguely remember Boo arc because I used to watch it with my brother, but at the same time I forgot everything about the Boo arc, so I was really hoping to see Kai with the Boo arc, but all the extra fluff of the fillers. Although now I appreciate the fillers because I actually enjoyed having it.
Yeah, like Otherworld. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, but
Though,
it was
though,
sad
though,
to
I,
not see
though,
it.
though I'm fine just cutting Garlic Jr. from the show.
Yeah,
That's that one. I thought it was necessary because
it was
that
just another
really.
Piccolo.
No, there's not even another Piccolo. I think they was possessed Piccolo.
Oh wait, no, it was another peel off in a
That's
way.
right. Yeah, but not as funny.
Yeah.
But man, yeah. So all these examples is just how much all these, for the most part, decisions people be like, yeah, these were bad decisions in regards to these type of changes to the source material, and and going by Mr. Little Karibo's, I guess he'll be his opinion is essentially is like, yeah, no, you should trust the people that they know what they're doing, even though they show that they don't know what they're doing
You should trust them less
sometimes.
nowadays.
Ex- exactly,
I mean, back
exactly.
then you were able to trust them. I mean, look at Ghost Stories.
That one, as time goes on, I actually feel bad for people who actually genuinely want to know what Ghost Stories is, and for some reason, and well, not for some reason, but they actually want to, watch it in their native language, but they can't because when you really think about it, people who are hired to actually do the show properly didn't do their job and still got paid for it, which
Hmm.
was nice at the time, but in hindsight, that's pretty crappy.
I mean, they had There's two dubbings, one with the actual translation and one with the abridged abridged style translation.
Oh, I was not aware. I wasn't aware they actually fixed that.
Yeah, they did like a long time ago. It's just that
Oh,
you'll find mostly the
yeah, because
abridged one.
that's just the one more famous.
Yeah, because it's just hilarious. Talking about the rabbit, the freaking rabbit.
Yeah, boy.
I used to remember his
Uh,
laugh.
yeah.
and his
Please watch our
reprimands.
movie.
Touch me.
Oh, that's right. With Garlic Jr., the Dead Zone. That's where he came from. And Virgo says on his way to work, but he's here in spirit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, get that cheddar, Virgo. Get that cheddar. It also says, if anything, you shouldn't trust him because of ghost stories. The producer behind it lied and wrote the script to screw around because he thought he could do better.
I mean, at the same time, didn't it wasn't it doing so badly in in the Japan area localization that they just said do whatever you want with the Western.
If I understand what Smaxo has told me, because he has looked into it,
Mm-hmm.
no, that was not the case.
No.
No,
Oh.
it was so yeah, literally, it was being messed with for the lulls.
Oh. But it did have a crappy story to be honest.
Still, but doesn't mean that gives you the
No, yeah,
right
you're
to
right.
mess
It's
with
just that
another person's work,
yeah, I know. The
unless
thought behind it was pretty bad.
unless it's a parody. You know what Lady Karibo did.
I mean,
Oh,
it
there you go. Gale confirmed.
it's kind
He
of a
says,
legalized parody.
well, no, no, well, not legalized. It's more of a copyrighted parody.
Yeah.
Ghetto says also, he says in regards to ghost stories being ported to Japan, he said that's a lie spread by the producer.
Oh. God damn. We're being played, man. It's the
Oh,
man.
it's the man. It's the man. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's a bad take, and I'm more frustrated that he doesn't have the self awareness to realize what he's saying, considering what he's known for, and as well. Unless he posts to mean he hasn't watched a lot of anime recently, the guy clearly has seen anime, not just Yu-Gi-Oh, but other things too.
It is
So I
very
don't know.
odd that he did say that he doesn't watch anime.
Yeah, so because unless he means it when I say like when I say it, though when I say I mean like I don't watch anime consistently.
That could be the way he's trying to say it.
Yeah, I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. Because other than that,
You know,
he's lying. Because he literally recorded himself reacting to every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh GX. At least I think that's what he's doing
you
recently.
know, speaking of anime, oh, first of all, let's go ahead. Let's see, one last thing. There's a really good video by Mercury Falcon on it. It says ghetto.
About the ghost stories. Ah, there you go.
But as I was saying, there's a speaking of anime. I have been okay. Did you know that that isekai is now just a genre because that's how many there are.
I mean, isn't isekai already a type of story to begin with, therefore a type of genre?
I mean, I guess so because like I thought it was just like a plot point, but I guess it does make sense to be like that. So I was kind of surprised that there was an isekai genre, but at the same time, it's my guilty pleasure of just watching isekais.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of what they're there for. Is for that mass market appeal with that easy um self insert fantasy for most of the time. But sometimes then you'll get like an isekai that actually tries.
And
Or you get some, or you get an or in one certain case you get a very religious isekai, like with the Chronicles of Narnia.
oh
Think
yeah,
about
that's
it.
true. And there was a thing that I remember what is it called? It was something uncle isekai uncle. It was a very funny thing because it was uncle from another world. It's funny. It's okay, and like it's a online. It has a rating of a 7.8 or 7.9 if you round up. Uh, But I like the premise of this isekai because it's not being taken place in that world. It's literally being taken place outside of that world, where the uncle went back to the human world or normal world, however you want to say it.
Does he get
But
tired of living in the fantasy world?
no, I think he completed his quest because
Oh,
in
oh,
the
I see.
normal world he was in a coma and then he got out of it.
Oh, and is so then so okay so then what's kind of the whole then kind of running joke about the uncle then?
So basically, the way it starts off, the plot point is that the uncle wakes up and the nurses they get the next of kin, which I think was the nephew, and the nephew starts talking about how all the bills and everything was like being a real big problem, and then the uncle starts talking, but he starts talking in a different language for a bit, and then he starts realizing that he can now speak Japanese here because it's normal. It's a normal world again. The nephew thinks he's gone crazy because of the coma, and the uncle's like, "No, I'll prove it to you. I did went to another world. Here, let me do a spell." And he starts chanting a spell. Nothing
That's a
happens initially, and then the kid's like, "Oh my god, he's gone crazy. What am I gonna do? These bills are gonna keep piling up." Then as soon as he starts thinking about even worse things, the spell activates in Japanese. And basically, this whole premise or this whole shtick, this joke is that the uncle came back with all these spells, items, everything that he got from the other world. He came back with them. But at the same time, this uncle was taken away to another world during the console wars of Sega and
Nintendo.
yes.
So he's been gone for a really long time.
Yeah, so because the first thing he asked his nephew was, "So how are the console wars going? Did Sega win?" Like, I knew Sega win, right? And then the nephew just goes, "Sega doesn't make consoles anymore," and he just starts spouting out a freaking spell, and he's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm using this spell to forget. It helps me. It helps me with whatever past traumas that happened in the other world, so it'll help me now."
Oh, wow, he really can't handle the fact second.
No, this man is a pretty much an otaku, and you know how it is when it comes to otakus, even worse during his time period. So he was a neat. He just did not want to leave the house whatsoever.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? At least it's but at least I remember I now recall I think seeing clips of that, but wasn't aware what it's called. But you know what? At least that's at least a different. It's a twist on the isekai formula.
It
Doing
does
something different
frustrate
with
me
it,
though, because he
and
takes the main character obliviousness of, like, you know how the main characters are always oblivious of any relationship. He
uh
takes it from a 10, which 10 being the highest, to a 25.
oh god.
Like, literally, I need to rewatch. I need to watch the other because I stopped because of they had a hiatus due to certain events. I don't remember what events happened in the real world with Japan, but they had a hiatus with the show.
I see.
But I need to rewatch it because in that world apparently everyone is beautiful. He is not. So when people saw him, they thought he was like a monster. Like like there are so many different interactions between him and other people, even though he was supposed to be the hero. And this freaking beautiful elf falls in love with him and drops the most major hints, and it annoys the
And he
crap.
and he doesn't pick up what she's dropping,
No,
does he?
no. What's worse is that he has like a spell that can be able to replay certain events. So his nephew's like every so often he'll be like, "Oh, so what happened? Like, what did you do with this? Or how did this happen? What did you meet?" Things like that. Those type of questions.
Right.
And his uncle would just be like, "Oh, and then he just snaps out a spell that can literally show his like memories of the place, and it shows this beautiful elf uh talking to him. Literally one time he got drunk and she was helping him to the inn, and they were talking to each other, and she sounded like she was like they were having a very intimate conversation. They lead up to the room. She thought they were gonna do something. He just says, "Oh, thank you for carrying me all the way over here." Closes the door. Elf is shocked. The nephew, and there was another character there with them, is all both of them are shocked and they're depressed about it. And their their reactions was my reaction, which was a sudden dread of how oblivious this man is. It was
At least
because of
it's
his own self-deprecation of like, oh, everyone around me is beautiful, but I'm ugly and a neat. Things like that.
At least it's play. You know what? If it was something serious, that would be frustrating. If at least it's play for comedy,
Yeah.
so it doesn't sting as much. But still, though, you're like you're blithering idiot.
You could have had a
Epis-
happy family with an elf.
You could have a happy family with a beautiful buck. I'm assuming she was buxom. Was she buxom?
Yes, yes.
With a beautiful buxom elf, but no,
You know
you
what's
just had
weirder
to wake
too?
up.
He has a so the uncle tries to get acclimated with his world now because look, this man, the first thing he did whenever he got back out to the real world and like living with his nephew, he bought a phone, but he didn't buy a touchscreen phone. He
He didn't buy
wasn't
smart.
plus
Did he buy a cell phone? Like an
like
actual.
he wasn't what was it? Impressed with a touchscreen phone. He was impressed with a
Oh,
flip phone. He literally
that,
went to get a flip phone. And plus the thing is he got it off of like the equivalent of an eBay. And to avoid the shipping fees that it has with the phone, he flew there, like actually jumped off the balcony and flew there. And he got his flip phone.
you gotta save yeah where it counts.
And even worse, he became a VTuber.
Wait, so he's
So VTuber in the sense of like people think he's a VTuber, but what he did is he uses a spell that can be able to transform his shape,
I see.
and literally it was a spur of the moment because he was I think he was I don't remember what exactly why was the initial reason he changed to that shape or form, but he changed the shape to the shape of the elf girl that kept following him around in the other world.
Oh yeah, yeah, that would do. That would do.
I don't remember what was the reasoning why he did that, but his nephew was like, why don't you make videos like that?" And he did, and the nephew edited the video to where like literally the game is like tiny on the screen, and then the VTuber is like literally the main thing, and
Also, like real YouTubers.
yeah, so like the uncle's like, "You can barely see the game, why?" And then he looks at the viewers, and it's like thousands and thousands of likes, subscribes, and people saying, "Oh, that's such a cute VTuber." Like, goddamn.
Oh, speaking of VTubers, hey John. Johnny said that's what she gets for throwing herself at a drunk man. That's true. That's
That man
true.
was a lightweight beyond lightweights. He took a sip of a drink, and then it made him drunk.
And Johnny also says good. He went for a phone that's articulation. What's wrong? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. It's the fact that he was more impressed by the flip phone than an actual like essentially type a computer in your hand.
Yep.
That was the more that I was like, what?
That,
But
and I'm also impressed that it still had service.
no, this flip phones are still so nowadays. There is a market, however small, there is a market for that type of technology.
Well,
They
there is a
still get
market, but
service.
I'm saying service as in like being able to get pick up calls and stuff like that.
I mean, landlines still exist. It's not that bizarre.
Yeah, but landline's literally a wire into the ground. Cell phone is still wireless. I think it uses radio frequencies.
No, it's just gamma rays.
Gamma rays. Eventually, we all turn into the Hulk. See, that is why they took away our cell phones. They don't want us to become
Is
the
there?
Hulk.
Nothing disappointing more as a kid than learning that gamma rays aren't really that big a deal.
Yeah.
I, re- I remember. Okay, super off topic, but I remember as a kid when I saw that. I watched that Hulk movie, the Ang Lee Hulk movie. I don't know how good it is now, but I remember really liking it as a kid. So it got me into the Hulk, and I was like, "Yeah, Hulk!" And of course, gamma rays. You hear it, you're like, "Ooh, it sounds like it's gonna, look what it did to Bruce Banner. It's dangerous." And then the day comes, I learned about gamma rays, and I'll be like, it's like learning that it's real. And it's like, oh my gosh! And then when you look into it, you're like, yeah, gamma rays are real, and they're everywhere, but they actually don't really like do any. They don't. They're like they're on harmful, not that harmful to human. And most things you make gamma rays already, so it's not that big a deal. It's literally on the low end of the the electromagnetic spectrum.
Ah, yeah. Then of
Which
course the other type of rays are the ones that kill you.
yeah, like ultraviolet rays. But funny enough, apparently though in the Marvel universe, gamma rays is the that's the power that can literally send you to hell.
Goddamn.
Oh yeah. There's a whole I think a very recent run called Immortal Hulk, where it's all about it's how essentially how do I put this? So where gamma rays essentially allow when people are exposed to it, there are essentially being exposed to this what could be seen as demonic energy. And that's why not only was the Hulk created out of Bruce Banner, but so did his multiple personalities throughout the years.
Mm.
And it also has something to do with what was some sort of I don't think the devil himself, but some sort of demonic figure within like the greater world of the Marvel universe. Like so it's like what so and that's like something more recent. Up until that point, it was just like just a radiation, and then one writer came in and was like, let's make this demon energy. Let's put some doom into the Hulk. Oh. Oh, which by the way, I finally installed the original Doom on my computer.
Oh, nice.
I and I will play it someday.
Speed run it.
Just yeah, I'm gonna speedrun this game I never played.
Exactly.
Just like I was speedrun the original Metal Slug.
Exactly. See, what you gotta do is you just gotta watch a lot of videos, remember what you do in those videos, and then play it.
Yeah, just do that. Yeah,
Just
just
do
do that.
that.
Yellow says gamma rays are really magic energy influenced by the one below all, the antithesis of the cosmic rays that made the Fantastic Four. Yeah, we see when you explain it like that, it makes a lot of sense. Johnny says, "Yeah, how do we ignore those plot points? No, it's canon now. You can't. If you ignore it, then you are a scrub. You can't ignore that. Actually, that's very hard. That's gonna be pretty hard to ignore. I mean, Mario can always walk that back, just like how DC right now are walking back of Superman revealed his identity to the world, and now he's going to find a way to make everyone forget that Clark Kent is Superman. It makes you wonder why you did that in the first place. But it's comic books. There's the next good idea is always 3 months after the last good idea. What are you gonna do? Oh, what are you gonna do?
I mean, what can
But
you do?
not buy the comics, which more and more people are which are doing, which is wise, but is also like it's sad. The quality of the books are, going so low that it's not even worth getting into. And the books are becoming more expensive, so you're literally paying more money for lower quality books.
See, this is why I just do web comics now or manga.
Yeah, you and 90% of the world.
You know,
One
thankful.
one
I'm actually
one
glad about the web comics being more popular.
yeah, one day, Jack. No
Hmm.
one know who Superman was, and Goku and Luffy, and
Will be in the
and
boys'
Goku.
love.
And no, and Goku and Luffy would be what the world will remember entertainment by, and it will come soon to a future where only Japan is the source of entertainment, and nowhere else.
Actually, no, it'll be Korea. If it's web comics, it'll be Korea.
No,
Manga
I'm talking
for
it's all entertainment. Pretty much, if it's Asian, it's going to surpass everything because it's Asian. If it's not Asian, then it's going to dwindle and die, and no one will remember it because it's not Asian.
our music will be replaced with Asian. Because I mean, look at K-pop and J-pop.
We're gonna add more Vocaloids, more pretty boys and girls doing these weird dances in weird clothing while sampling hip hop music. That's the future, folks, and you're gonna live with it.
the
You're gonna
future,
live with
the
it.
future is Asian.
At least for Johnny, all the gringos will be gone, and he can finally be. Nah, he's not gonna be happy because then he'll be complaining there's no more gringos to make fun of, or he would just call the Asians gringos.
They're hey, remember what he said? They're all everyone's a gringo for him. If they're not from
Exactly.
Brazil, they're a gringo.
It's even the goats on his farm.
Yeah, even the goats are gringo.
Oh man. Actually, Johnny says it's like that one X whose powers to poop fire screen. Just pretend it ain't a thing. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Why'd you remind me? It's the
Huh.
bat cow. It's the bat cow incident all over again.
Ew.
Ghetto says hence the Fantastic Four are the best superhero team.
Debatable.
Exactly. It's debatable, but he's not wrong. Debatable, but he's not off the mark. They're pretty good. And Ghetto says, I refuse to live in this weed fantasy. Too late, you're already living in it.
You
Mr.
are in it.
Mr. Common Rider.
And apparently the new
Mr.
love hentai
Mis-
comic.
Mr. Tokusatsu fan. You're already living this weed fantasy, just not the one you thought you were going to be in. That's what it is. Daddy says they're not surprised at A, they list they agreed to kick with censoring. It's tradition. They can't do that. Think of the children.
Hey. They supply both, you know. It's just the main market gets
Girls
censorship.
is a girls are breaking back, putting nerds in lockers. Johnny says, "Was I supposed to pretend Asians are not gringo?"
Exactly. See, I was right.
Angetta goes with Tokusatsu, Tokusatsu comedy. He goes, "That's different, though, isn't?"
You always
No,
have an exception, and when you do, it just ends up with more exceptions.
ex, exactly. First they came for the anime and the manga, then they came for the Tokusatsu, and then they came for the music. It will happen to you too. Oh man. Though I would say I would though in all serious, I would say this.
Hmm.
I would say this. I'm not in the camp of like, oh, the comics are dead, that the old and how comics used to be will never come back, and that's a sad thing because it's true. Industries evolve and change over time. is dominant now, but you know, you can't be on top forever. And the indie scene is steadily growing with more people being able to create the books that they want to create without having a big publisher getting away with it. So pretty much where it's the old guard is passing, the new guard will come up, and we'll see a whole different landscape of these type of entertainments. Uh, it's more noticeable with comic books, but it's gonna happen with any type of entertainment industry. Considering, especially in regards to comics, it's like it's been around since at least the 30s. So coming up almost 100 years. We're not there yet, not a century yet, but it's coming up. And same thing with the film and well, any industry really. So a change is gonna happen. You either can fight against change and be a curmudgeon because things are not gonna be the way it is, or you kind of accept or you move with it, find stuff you enjoy, and if you can't, well, at least there was a point in your life where you can enjoy those things and kind of accept that it's not made for you anymore. And it's both sad, but there's enough entertainment in the world that's not that big. It's honestly not that big a deal.
No, it's
Like
always a big deal.
it's so much entertainment out there to last us a lifetime.
True.
Oh, let's see here. Ghetto says the reason nobody wants to uncensor JAVs is that no politician wants that on their platform. That is true. That's pretty hard to get get the voters on trying to uncensor Japanese hentai. That's a
Just with the
that's a
freaking Patrick meme. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
yeah. And Ghetto says even if people create what they want to nobody would read it until it gets adapted. Same with books now. Like sales for the Invincible trade shot up after the show. That is also true. When it but then it could just come to just reading material in general. Then more people are going to be more interested and more easy accessible ways to consume media, and you would think a comic would be easy, but apparently that's not the case. But as well, those type of things don't have the mass market appeal as those type of things used to have. And whatever's gonna be in front of your screen and advertise all the time is gonna want to catch people's attention. It's just it's just the how the way it's just the way it is. It also means that whenever you're talking with with someone who says they like a certain character, you always have to make sure of which version that they like, because this mostly applies to Spider-Man, because everyone's like so many different versions of Spider-Man that not even Spider-Man fans are the same.
So it's
Oh
like the Digimon fans.
yeah, pretty much. You're never gonna you're never gonna see eye to eye on which version or adaptation or perspective on Spider-Man unless you're lucky like me, in which you have someone like Ghetto who's seen or read almost everything related and can talk with. Yes, I enjoy telling Spider-Verse fans I hate Miles Morales. Oh, and then they say, "But so you're racist?" And they go, "Yeah, I'm racist.
He
I'm
has
racist.
melanin. He can't be racist.
Ex- I'm racist." He's a no, wait. He goes, "Yeah, I'm not racist. I'm just a hater." Oh man, if there was a button that guy would press, he oh my gosh. I just find it funny. I just find it funny of how much Ghetto was just a big hater of Miles Morales. Miles Morales will no longer have will no longer have a comic, and when that day comes, Ghetto will be It's like my
Dancing on the
job here
grave.
is done. Yeah, he be dancing on Miles's grave. A hater to the end. Oh no, you what? No, better imagination. His hate for Miles is so great that he's essentially like that one Dave Chappelle skit with the player haters ball. Where Ghetto essentially dresses like a pimp, but his whole thing is just hating Miles Morales. He's good to everyone else, but when it comes to Miles, that's when he unleashes it. All while wearing his zoot suit with cane, fur jacket, and big hat with a feather on top. Oh, and it's orange because it has to be bright and colorful. And it's either orange or purple. I could see Ghetto wearing either color.
Purple
And
compliments better, I think.
yeah, but orange is it's it show it's bold, it's striking.
True, but mm.
And then also it could show that you're dangerous because of those are prison colors too.
It can show you're dangerous because in nature, bright colors mean danger.
Exactly.
We're going back to a freaking David Attenborough documentary here.
Oh, guess even if I was 1,000 haters, I am one of them. If I was 100 haters, I am one of them. If Miles has one hater, then I am them. If Miles has no haters, then I have passed on from this world. Oh, Johnny says so straight up a pit main slick back.
Exactly.
Exactly. Except he only slaps Miles fans. Yeah, no, he's Miles' true villain. Oh man. Speaking of Miles and villain, I'm hoping that for the next Spider-Verse movie, um I hope Spider-Man 2099 is not actually a villain, or they don't try to make. I'm pretty sure he could do a thing where like there's misunderstood, or he has to do something. Then and Miles will be like, "No, man, you're better than that." And 2099's like, "Oh yeah, you're right." And here's the real villain of the movie. Why can't we just make him a hero who's just a bit of a jerk? Why can't we, Jack? Why can't we just do that? Because that's what that's Spider-Man 2099 is. He literally is a hero who's a bit of a jerk. Like even more so than Peter.
I'm gonna look it up again.
Spider 2099, Miguel O'Hara. The actual first Hispanic Spider-Man. F you, Miles.
Oh wait, wasn't this a game before?
He has appeared in many games, but he was originally created in the 90s.
I do remember him
You
slightly.
you might remember him from Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions and Spider-Man Edge of Time.
Yeah, now I remember him.
Yep.
I don't know much about the character itself, but
He's great. It's like he's like I said, he's like a Peter Parker who is more of an a-hole.
gotcha. One that doesn't hold back his punches.
No, actually, he does not.
Yeah,
I mean, he probably goes through an arc where he realizes he needs to be better than what he is. But when you're introduced to him, he has no qualms with killing
Like hell yeah.
or
We're
anything
getting
like
ready
that.
to get your jaw dislocated, and I don't mean just from the bone. I mean from your face.
Yes, his costume is in every game because it's a good costume. Although I do like the explanation of how he got that costume. He didn't make it literally. That version of Spider-Man, his costume, he essentially retrofitted his Dia de los Muertos outfit to be that thing.
I like it. It looks
Yes.
really cool.
Yep. Yep. Though I am sad that it's not actually blue and red. It's supposed to be black and red.
I'm still
But
fine with it. It just
but
reminds me of a Black Widow.
yeah, he kind of does. Ghetto says Marvel can't ignore her now. Oh, it's like Mayday. Yep, Marvel can't ignore her now. The public know her, and Spencer actually had her shown. Yep, yep. Maybe we'll actually get a real Spider Girl, not like uh not Gwen Stacy.
Yes, that's all I could say.
Don't worry about it, Jack. Don't worry. I'll talk about something you're familiar with right
No,
now.
I'm still stuck on the Spider-Man. I was just thinking about him,
Don't
longing,
think. Don't think
longing.
too. You sure you don't need an intimacy coordinator for Spider-Man? All right, actually, let me actually comment on the thumbnail for a second.
Okay.
So first off, it's all a joke. It's all a joke. And I only put that in because this past because usually how I like to title things, it's either I think of a joke that I find funny and I do not talk with Jack about it, so he will never know what kind of title I'm putting, and whatever it is, he just has to deal with it because that's what it is.
Yep.
And so, and Ghetto, did I see that Shingo trailer? I saw the thumbnail, but I do not care for Shingo, so whatever. But I'm glad, but I'm glad KOF 15 is getting more DLC. But yeah, I don't care for Shingo. But sure, he'll play good. He'd probably be a top tier.
Better. He's DLC.
Ghetto, oh man, oh Ghetto, don't make me remember Hitch. Why you gotta bring up Hitch? Oh, Jack, do you remember that movie?
No, I do not.
Okay, so a long time ago, a long time ago, Will Smith made a movie. Was starring in a movie called Hitch, where essentially, the premise was that he is a man that he's a businessman where he provides a service where he helps other men try to get on dates with women. Essentially, he's a professional wingman.
Ah.
And he goes through like making sure like dress appropriately, do this, do that, and everything. Do these steps in order to get the girl. And since it's a rom com, it's supposed to be where like if I remember, he gets jaded from doing his business for so long, and then he actually meets a woman he's interested in, and then he questions all the strategies he's come up with, and it's all it ends up being all about be yourself and you know be yourself for the person that you feel connection to, and don't just try to hook up with random women. That type of nonsense.
Gotcha.
And by nonsense, I mean like a generic rom com movie. So that's what it is in reference to. Now, the intimacy coordinator, Jack, you were kind of right before the stream started what that is, but here it is. Here is what intimacy coordinator is. It's a real thing that only exists in Hollywood, or greater, or in the film industry. Pretty much, there is a person who is comes on set and shows actors how to look intimate on camera.
Ah, I see.
Yes, so yes, it does involve sex, but not real sex. It's fake movie sex, and pretty much telling like, hey, make sure you do this and that on film so that the people watching it can actually see that looks like you're being quote unquote intimate. And that is what an intimacy coordinator is, because I have heard that phrase earlier this week. Well, uh, as as I listened to the things I listened to, that phrase came up. I fell in love with that phrase, and so I decided to use it for the title of this episode because I knew it is something that no one really says, and it will make for a great thumbnail. And bada bing, bada boom, there you go.
For a second, I thought it
So,
was something about like you couldn't find a certain organ in the female body.
oh,
For
Johnny,
and like I would
Johnny,
have been very very concerned.
no, nothing like that. And Johnny can simply say WTF. Oh, so yeah, it's just when I first heard it, I thought it was someone making a joke. Then I look it up and know it's a real thing. So Ghetto, I think I found the career for you.
Hell yeah! It would just be an excuse of like him
And
going through the scene, and he's like, "Cut, cut, cut! You're not the director. Shut up! I'm working here." Goes up to his favorite actress, and then talks to the actor. He's like, That's not how you do the kiss scene. Let me show you. This is how you do the kiss scene.
I can see him doing that for only one actress. He knows who it is. And when that happens, he is going to blur the lines of professionalism that you've never seen before. He's gonna be so good at his Ghetto says you're onto something. Ghetto will be so good at his job that people will start to question of if he of people will be questioning if he's actually trying to coordinate. Say her name. Say her name. All right, Jaggy. Jeez. I'll say her name. Let's see. It's Rosario Dawson. There you go. So Ghetto, if you want to be an industry coordinator, maybe not fly out to Hollywood, but move to Georgia because that's where all the filmmaking's done nowadays. And you're that's close to where you live and going to California. Go to Georgia, find a way to get be an intimacy coordinator. Make your way up. You gotta go through some TV shows, and because you're black, you probably had to do some stuff for BET, then Tyler Perry, and then as you work your way up, then you could work all the way to whatever project Rosario Dawson's working on.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe you could be your intimacy coordinator on the Ahsoka show for stuff.
Yeah, you kind of every now and then you gotta kiss a few people to work your way up.
Exactly. That's his that's his
motto.
that's his Shonen story right there. His Shonen romance story. He has to kiss all these girls so that he can kiss the girl that he really wants to kiss.
Oh no. Sounds like a very actually it sounds like a very bad plot for an isekai. Which, funny enough, there is something similar to that.
Oh no! Ghetto
wait.
says I suffer through Tyler Perry. Sorry, oh man, he would, Jack and ladies and gentlemen, he would.
I'm pretty sure he would.
He would. And when that happens, I'll make sure I'll make sure to give daily check-ins for Ghetto, because I'm pretty sure every day on set he will be so tempted just to punch Tyler Perry in the face. And I'm gonna be like, remember your dream, Ghetto. Remember your dream. And he has to hold his fist tight and be like, yes, I know what it's for, but at what cost, HAC? At what cost?
The dream.
Man. Speaking of black entertainers, I've actually been rewatching the Chappelle Show lately.
Oh really?
Yeah, rewatching it through Netflix. There's one thing that's been annoying me about the show, and it's funny enough. It's because, and it's nothing to do with the actual content of the show. It's just how it was produced when it was originally aired on Comedy Central.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that obviously because it was originally made for TV, there would be, after a skit or segment is over, Dave Chappelle will then say, we'll be right back after these commercials. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
But what always gets me annoyed is that when that's done near the end of the episode, and then so he does that. It's near the end of the episode. There's like a minute left, and he says, "We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. More Chappelle Show." The show comes back only for just to play the credits.
Hell yeah! Gotta squeeze in that extra earnings there.
And I was like, and I'm thinking, and obviously it's not a big deal now because that's it's streaming. But I remember when that show was on air as when I was younger and I watched it, I would get so annoyed that I would have to that I'm expecting more Chappelle Show because the show is so funny that you don't realize how much time passes with every skit and segment. Like sincerely, you don't. To me, that's the quality of the show. Like time just you lose a sense of time and watch it because you're enjoying it. That as soon as it's over, it kind of like hits you out of nowhere. Like, oh, we're done already. It's like, dang, I feel like we just started. Alexa Yellow says, "I gotta look at the pic of his also my like nice right before I leave the Tyler Perry compound."
It's like that freaking Wolverine meme where he's just lying in bed with a picture of.
Oh, you just gave me a, you just gave me a great idea. You just gave me a great idea, and I do have a Photoshop type of program.
Ooh, do it.
I can't do it now, but let's just say, Ghetto. Let's just say, you know, I might make a meme in your honor, good sir.
I'll put it in the
Maybe.
slideshow. I'll add it to the slideshow.
Yes. Rush, do it. Do it. Which now I really gotta make it now. It's canon. You gotta make it canon.
We gotta make it canon.
Exactly. Oh man. What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
Or just look at the bottom third of my screen. Which, by the way, we still got time. We still got time.
Do we? Do we ever have time? Or does time have us?
Can I take a rain check on that question? I need more time. Oh man. Can also if this channel gets to 200 by the end of the year, I will recreate that meme. Oh shoot! You know what? Oh, you know what? There we go. That's our channel goal, ladies and gentlemen. If
Our
we
channel
can
goal.
get, yeah, that's our subscriber goal. If we can get to 200 subscribers, before December 31st, 2023. Then Ghetto Machine will recreate the Wolverine meme himself. And all of this, it sounds super gay. His ebony glory.
Hey, it's only gay when you point it out.
I'm pointing it out so that people don't point it out to me, because I already pointed it out in the first place. They're making me the victor.
Wait, what?
Exactly.
Speaking of which, well, not the ebony glory thing, but subscriber goal.
Ghetto Nation, you name the ebony glory. Better see that on your Twitter name. He went from the ebony age to the ebony glory.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the pause.
Oh man.
But yeah, speaking of the subscriber goal, since I'm now finally able to not burn down my house with my own PC, I'm actually gonna stop putting off on the rap, and even then, that's probably gonna open up new directions for my own stream channel. So we'll see how it goes.
This is the announcement. Jack's gonna become a PNG tuber rapper.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
all the little lala fails in the hood.
But no, it's not gonna jumpstart my rapping career. That's for sure. But
no, yeah, you gotta start somewhere, man, and just be thankful that yours doesn't start of trying to hustle people in Times Square with blank CDs.
Hey! But I want to be the spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual.
Well, if you want to be the spiritual, miracle, individual, lyrical, time machine, bacterial, then you got to come up with your own lyrics.
Yeah, I gotta first start a SoundCloud, which I did.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
You're gonna be a SoundCloud, PNG, Twitch streamer, YouTuber.
Then I gotta buy an old phone. I mean, not an old phone, an old computer.
Jack of the Rap.
Jack of the Rap. Oh my god, that sounds good.
Oh no, that's too close to rap for the
rap. But I gotta buy at least a computer that has a CD drive that way can start burning CDs and then putting in very terrible mixes.
Well, actually, you don't actually need to get a computer with a CD drive, mostly because most modern computers don't have that anymore.
Yep.
But you can get you can get a CD a, a CD drive a external CD drive and they'll connect it via USB.
See, there you go. Now I can start making very terrible mixes and then sell them.
Sell it for a high price, being $1. Even that might be too much.
Listen to my SoundCloud. SoundCloud.
Everyone better support Jack on SoundCloud.
It'll be the freaking. I'm never gonna. The only way you'll ever find out what my SoundCloud is if you find out.
That's how it works. If you find it, you find it.
Yep,
Then we have
exactly.
to advertise it. It's our new strategy. We don't talk about our project until the project is found out by others. Then we talk about the project.
Exactly. You're never gonna find it.
It's it's a high end business strategy. This was done by a lot of great entrepreneurs in the rap game.
The only reason why I'll never say is because, well, it just doesn't really pertain to this discussion or like this environment.
Exactly. Finally, Jack will have a use for all that melon he received back in December.
Hell yeah.
He'll be able to unleash it on these streets.
On the streets, not the streets, the streets.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Jack. Ghetto would agree. Oh, this is so stupid.
But man, I tried turning on my my music, the FL Studios, and with the old case, I just heard like a freaking jet engine sound going off, like super high pitched, and it kept going up in the CPU. Like, oh, okay, I guess I can't do that.
Just to turn on FL Studios.
Yeah, it uses CPU.
So much CPU.
And
well,
plus, like, since I have my my graphics card just like making extra heat. Oh wait, let's see what it says.
Chris, it'll be up when it's found out notorious LINK. Oh man, that's like just like 3 inside jokes right there.
Damn, that's actually a new record.
Oh man, it's the perks. It's the perks of wasting your time on that guy with the glasses.com during your youth. Oh, well, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention this to Chris briefly. Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris. I'm gonna make a prediction, and I want to be right, but I'm gonna make a prediction that this year, in the year of our Lord 2023, will be the return of Spoonie. And by return of Spoonie, I mean not a live wire, not a live stream. No, this year will be the year he actually makes videos again. I am calling it now because those other videos, because last year it gave me some hope, and he realized his mistakes. He's in a better place. Hopefully he's using Twitter less and less. He's no longer pretending to be his dog, as far as I know.
Well,
so I'm calling it now. Spoonie's coming back this year. And if I'm wrong, Chris, then
he'll eat his own socks.
No. I want to eat my socks. If I am wrong, then
he'll eat a bowl of chilies.
I got
chili
it. Chris,
peppers.
if I am wrong, Chris, I would do a parody of an Top of Fourth Wall video. I'll do the whole spiel. I will do the voice like his, or at least the best I can. I will wear the freaking trivet or whatever the freaking fedora hat he wears. I will have my magic gun. I have the weight for it, so I will be in character.
Wait,
I will be the Lightbringer.
But I thought your fedora was long gone.
It is. It's lost somewhere in Florida, but I will buy a new one. I'll buy a new one just for the bit.
Will this be a face reveal?
Yes, it will be a face reveal because I am so confident that Spoonie will put out a new video before the year ends. I am that confident.
Really? Okay.
I am risking my identity.
Wow. Okay. Damn. Remember, this
And
has all been.
and
This is all
I am no
streaming
way
into the
crossing my
internet.
fingers right now.
This is all streaming into the internet. You know that it's being here forever.
Oh, we've lied before. No one cares.
I don't know about that. Someone out there
Uh,
cares. Someone somewhere.
uh, yeah. His name is Johnny freaking Cage. Ghetto says,
Exactly.
"Oh," and Ghetto says, "Oh shit."
So there you have it, guys. He is really confident.
I am so confident. It's scary.
He's so confident that he's about to even put down his social security number.
I'll type it in the chat right now. Here's the first digit of my phone number. Boom, there
Oh.
you go. First digit of my phone number.
I mean, I don't know. That's a bit too much already. Don't worry, I clipped it. Ghetto clipped it. You can't. You can't back out.
Chris says you gotta be Hack Fine Boys 90-second Dr. Hack saying it. Oh my god, I forgot about the characters. God dang it. Dang it. But Jack, I don't know any trannies.
I swear I
I
did.
I need my own Iron Liz. The great Iron Liz.
I swear I did. I don't.
Oh man. So and I need a bad comic.
A bad
That's gonna be
comic.
the hard. Yeah, that's gonna be the hard. Gonna be the hard part. I don't know what bad comic I
Ugh.
review in his style.
Sadly, the only bad comics I know are the ones that actually try to be bad. So that
Doesn't
doesn't.
count.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't count.
You know, oh my god. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm wearing my shorts inside out.
what a
Uh,
what a nerd. What a
It's a new style. It's called the outside pockets.
it's
You know, you
the
can't use them as pockets, but you
it's
see
the
them
new
hanging out.
neutron style.
Get us. Oh, America as in America Chavez. That's a certified trash classic right there. Or a modern certified trash classic. Honestly, anything from Marvel from the past 5 years.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Get
about
us it.
America.
Like Kara's too punk ass to review it. That is true. That is true. Chris says the unfunnies. Maybe.
Didn't
Maybe.
that weird team of like uh something like the Snowflakes, didn't that one make like one
Oh,
comic?
oh no, that's Vapor. Well, I don't know what
Or
would be the
did it
comic equivalent of
actually?
it. No, it didn't. It never came out. It
Okay.
was quietly canceled.
Okay.
Yeah,
Damn, that
it
would have
was.
been easy.
Oh, I would have. I remember being excited when that comic came out. That on the date that it was supposed to come out, I remember calling Barnes and Noble and asking them if this book arrived, and they didn't. Because guess what?
What?
The 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 announcement went so bad, and the social media just explosion of how bad this is in regards to the marketing for Marvel, that it was quietly swept under the rug, and they just went on like nothing happened. Oh,
Yep.
guess I can also review the Spider-Man series from J.J. Abrams' son. If I do that, then I have to do it how Link Car reviews the Clone Saga, which for context, Jack,
Hmm.
he does this tradition where like every year he would review the next um issue in the Spider-Man Clone Saga story that was extremely prevalent in the 90s. Here was a problem
Hmm.
with that. Um that's not like some 6-issue story. The Clone Saga was a saga. It went on for years. And
Yeah.
so he cursed himself by reviewing as a yearly tradition, one issue at a time of that infamous storyline.
Oof. Oof.
And Well, you know what? He'll keep doing it as long as he has money on Patreon. Ghetto says, I forgot that first issue is lost media along with the Vision book by the chick who made the comic where women become feral cats after having their period.
What? Where women become feral cats after having their period. Hmm. That. Hmm.
It's pretty accurate.
That was a good one. That was a good one. You get an internet high five on that one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chris. Oh yeah, but in any case, any case, the more important thing is that we definitely got to get that mixtape out
Yeah.
because that's more important. That's more important. As much as funny it would be me to do a spoof of Linkara, I'm literally so confident because Spoonie himself said that he is returning to making videos, and so really I'm not even unless he really does change his mind, which I don't see him doing so, considering how long he's been away from making YouTube content, at least the stuff he usually makes. I'm confident I won't have to actually buy a fedora and a blunderbuss just for a skit.
Oh, by the way, you, okay, it's a long shot, but you kind of need to remind me what the notes were for the riff that you made for the song, because I was
Yeah,
thinking of like either
yeah, the
maybe
Google dog is.
remixing it or doing something else with it.
You got the Google dog. I mean,
Was it
do I
there?
need to? Yeah, we did a whole Google doc about it. We brainstormed and
Yeah, yeah,
everything.
but no, not the lyrics, the actual melody. Y-
Oh, I mean, I gave you I gave you the file, the final, my final mix of it.
No, like the actual notes that was played.
Uh, Crap! I asked like, are actually exact notes or just what key is it in?
What? Let's go with what key. That'll be easier.
All right. It's in the key of E.
Key of E.
It's in the key of E, E major.
Okay. I'll make a note of that to
I mean,
refresh my
I mean,
notes here.
yeah, that's what I remember. I can double check and I can let you know, and I can let you know. But yeah, I remember playing the key of E major.
Well, it's fine because I just need to know what general avenue I need to be in case if I had to, if I want to remix.
Yeah, yeah, just re, not to get, yeah, just yeah, remix. You know what? Just go up a few. What's that? Go up, go up a few go not octaves. You know, go up a few notes. Play in the key of C. Go higher.
No, I'll play in the key of
So you can rap in falsetto.
no, I'll play in the key of F sharp add 9.
That's a chord, not
I
even a
know.
key.
I know. But to make it impossible.
Yeah,
Only those
you're.
notes. Only those notes for that.
I was just gonna turn into an impromptu free jazz session. This mixtape is.
You like jazz?
That's how we become men. We listen to freeform jazz. That's
You
what
must
SpongeBob taught
acquire a
me.
taste of freeform jazz.
Freeform jazz. Oh man. Oh, that just remind me, my friend, when my friend Ryan introduced me to math rock
Math
and
rock?
math rock. You can look it up. And the first thing I said to
Okay.
him when let's do a few minutes of the song he showed me was, so this is so this is just freeform jazz with distorted guitar notes.
Let me see. I feel like I remember that. Math
That's
rock.
literally what math rock is.
Uh,
It's just jazz for people who love electric guitars.
While most math rocks non-standard frequently change in time. Okay, yeah, I've heard of this before. Yeah, I remember seeing something about this before.
Yeah. which is not a bad thing, but it just is like the
It's
thing that was
interesting.
immediate. It's the thing that immediately I observed, and so
It is definitely interesting.
it is a thing.
I I mean, it's just a lot of there is polyrhythms. There you go.
You're a polyrhythm,
Thank you. I
polyworld.
am complex but
My,
unnecessary.
I'm but don't get scared of my polywrath,
Oh no,
because I'll
you're
turn
going
you.
for a poly whirl.
You know, I'm tempted. I'm tempted to rhyme, but then I would tend to be doing a Pokemon rap, and that will be cringe.
What? No, you take that back.
No, I will not take that back.
Okay, we can't be friends anymore. Again.
Show was canceled for the 10th time over Pokemon rap. Well, I guess we never gave that mixtape, and you're never gonna see me dress up as Linkara.
Oh nope, never.
You,
you know,
you know what? It in the very small chance that I have to actually do and dress up like him if Spoonie doesn't make a video before the year ends, I hope I can lose the weight so I can look like what he used to look like all those years ago. Because he's a big he's a big marshmallow man now, but when he started, he was literally skinny as a twig.
oh, I was thinking that you were gonna put like a, a mask, a
I
freaking
might
mask.
I might do that, or I might just put some heavy makeup on and just be like, I just it's like I feel like
Now
and
print
just
out a
be like,
cutout of Maui's face and then just like have it as a mask.
honestly, that could work. Honestly,
Yeah,
could
see,
work.
right
It
there we
wouldn't
go.
be it wouldn't be too far from the truth.
It wouldn't be too far from the truth.
It's either that or a picture of what's his name of of um of Fabio
Oh
because
yeah, I remember we used to call you
because
Fabio.
because apparently that's like the only point of reference anyone has for people with long hair, or at least the group of people that we circle around with.
It was very interesting. Like the more I think back on it, I was like, why did we call it Fabio?
I don't know. I wasn't in shape. I did have long hair.
It was only the hair.
It really was just only the hair, but nothing else made me look like Fabio. I didn't
You
have
didn't have
ab.
the cheekbone structure.
Yeah, and I didn't have the ab implants. Oh my gosh! But it is what it is. You know, what? I think it was called that because no one in our group listen to any rock and roll, so they can't just point to a person with long hair, or is a guy with
Slash.
long hair.
I mean, you had the same type of curly hair as Slash, just wasn't draped over your eyes.
Oh, of anything, my sister has that hair.
True, true.
Yeah. So I ain't like flat. I ain't like Flash in terms of looks. Now it'd be cool if I could, as as talented as him. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Now I won't use that talent to play Guns N' Roses songs. I got better songs to play.
No.
But I wouldn't mind having this talent.
No, you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna be playing. You're gonna with that talent, you'll be playing "Smoke on the Water." I know it's not Guns N' Roses, but still.
You say that, but say I mean it's mean, but Smoke on the Water, man. You know it's still bops. It's still bops.
Yeah, but using your talent for for just a
O-
simple riff.
only if you play it the simple way. If you play the actual way, it's a little bit more complicated.
Ooh, oh, oh. No, man, going into a freaking snob here.
I'm not being a snob. What's so snobbish about like saying if you play it how it's intended, it's a little bit more difficult.
Mm.
I'm not even saying, oh, you can't handle the sophistication of bum 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 bum. I'm literally just saying there's an extra few notes when you play that riff. Jeez.
You see, you gotta sometimes do the harmonic, and just gotta.
I still struggle to do harmonics. Still can't figure it out. I say pinch harmonics. Freaking my little brother can do on his bass. I'll try doing on my guitar, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? I still can't. So
uh,
that's oh man.
I mean,
I just need to practice it more. That's really what it is. That and alternate picking's kicking my butt.
Yeah.
So now we're just talking about hey, who's here? Who's ready for another hour conversation about guitars and music?
Hell
That's
yeah.
what our audience came here for.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I mean, we did originally say that the show was comic, game, and music related, so we're bringing back the music.
It never left.
It never.
It really never left. It's just that we don't highlight it, we don't advertise it. You know, it's right there.
Yep, it's
Mostly
there.
because you don't. It's mostly because you don't have a mixtape out yet. So I'm just
Ooh,
saying.
okay. Well, fine. I'll.
Once you have the mixtape, then we can say we could say comics, games, and music.
Yes. We're just let's not make a habit out of rapping, okay? Unless if you're gonna be the one that's rapping the next time.
Only if Ghetto duets with me, like we're in Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's the only way. Let's see. Get Chris Sessler Car Mass is just a hoogie boogie hood spray paint. I don't think I should spray paint that white. Oh my god. Ghetto says I was called Black Jesus back in high school. I still get called out by people who remember me from back then. Ghetto was Black Jesus.
That's our heart.
I could no. That's only for the Black Jews. Black Jews don't like Black Jesus. It's very different.
Well, they think of him as a prophet, no?
The Jews, yes. The Black Jews, I don't know. I don't know how they view Jesus. That's a whole separate. That's a whole different thing. That I don't know where to want to go down that rabbit hole.
True.
Not unless we being our residential Black Jew expert Virgo, and you can tell us all.
Undoubtedly black.
And you can tell us all about what was the alien's name who made the white people?
I don't know.
It's like this big guy with a big head. He was ostracized by Africans, and so he made white people to punish them, something like that. Oh god. Oh, I think it's all time. I think that's how you start closing things off. What do you say, Jack?
All right. It's yeah. Since we gotta sleep early, both of us.
Yakub, there you go. Thank you, Ghetto. His name is Yakub.
Yes. What the?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yakub.
Yakub. You say it with your chest.
Yeah. I never liked that.
I don't think you're supposed to like it. All right.
But all right. So
I
let's
really,
see.
man, I really wish we could play some closing music. At least that's just me. But if I can't hear it, what's the point?
True. Just put on Discord.
Girls and Asian Latinos are an accidental side project. Yakub's
Yakub's ladder.
Oh man. All right, we gotta end this before we go down the deeper rabbit hole. Jack, you have anything to announce for the next episode of the JAC Show?
All right, so everything should be fine. I will now be able to officially continue on with streaming. Thankfully, I got everything set up. Nothing gets set on fire anymore. My computer stays at a chilly 30 degrees Celsius. I can't do Fahrenheit because apparently it's not. When it comes to Fahrenheit, it just doesn't mix well with computers.
That's because you got a communistic computer. That's why.
Hell yeah. So I am back to doing my streams as usual. The schedule that you see on Twitch and on Twitter are all there for you to see. Let's see. I think that's about it. So Hack, what about you?
So I'm happy to announce that I made some good progress on Spiral Blood episode 6. As I tweeted out earlier in the week, the video is 40% complete in terms of the video editing, and with the weekend coming up, I can spend some time to bump that up to a good 75, or when the car is ready, a good 100%. But 75% at the is a target goal, so that the video can be at least be done by next week. So do you expect Spiral Blood episode 6 to be coming in very soon. I'm very hot, very excited for this episode, and it's good to get back on the road of making proper video content, and not something that's impromptu, or trying trying to keep let's plays alive when when they're dead.
Rest in peace.
Uh, Rest in peace, Month of Bayonetta. You never had a chance. Aside from with Spider Blood near completion, I am looking into what will be my next video project. With since I'm on a roll, I could do another Spider Blood, or go back to a comic review. Maybe does have some old video topics that we wanted to do for a while, and or 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 is to go ahead and start planning to do some recordings, some discuss some or doing some live recordings on certain topics. I know Kevin and I have been in the talks of trying to do a JoJo focused video focusing on parts 1 and 2, looking at them more, not just as I just talking about JoJo's for JoJo, but looking at more critically and really analyze them as storytelling in those 2 parts, and also Jack, you uh just to show that how far super behind I am.
Mhm.
Kevin's only recently got into JoJo, and apparently as of last night, he just caught up with the anime and finished part 6. I've known JoJo longer than him, and I still haven't even touched part 6.
God dang, you gotta get with the times, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of lazy. It's funny. I'm kind of lazy when it comes to want to watch media.
You're kind of lazy with the one thing that you kept doing JoJo poses in high school.
Eh, it happens.
It's not the same anymore when you get older.
You're not as flexible, and as well, and as well, people actually know
Pause.
what you're doing now. So now the joke is over. Everyone knows what a JoJo Po is. They ain't special anymore. They ain't
True.
special.
It was that's kind of a hipsterish attitude.
Uh, no, not hipster. It's just more like, hey, this is a thing that no one else knows. I am enjoying the fact that no one else knows it yet. That being said, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, I wish JoJo was still underground. No, it deserves all the success it deserves. I'm just saying, as me being
Well, the
petty,
the
I
traditional
I
hipster
rem
never was like that.
exactly that's what I said. Not a hipster. It's not a hipster thing to say. It's just all of that. Chris as the poet just get better with age. Sure, with you and your Monkey D. Luffy jeans. Sure, I'm just imagining that Chris is those dangly tall white guys. You know, like Shaggy.
Imagine he's short and not lanky.
Then he's just then he's just Danny DeVito.
I'm the trash man. I trash.
Well, fun fact: did you know Danny DeVito directed a movie about a couple who were going through a divorce so bad that in the climax of the movie they literally were beating each other up to the point of destroying the house?
Hell yeah.
War of the Roses. Look it up. Directed by Danny DeVito and stars Michael. What's his name? Oh my God, what's his name? What's his name? Michael. Not Bolton.
Michael
Michael.
Bublé.
Not Michael Bublé. Not a musician. Dude, what's his name? Mister Falling Down. Mister Falling Down guy. What's his
Falling
name? I
down guy. Mm.
Michael. Not Michael Burns. I don't even know a Michael Burns. It's not Michael Caine. Not Michael Burnside. Michael. Oh, F. I'm looking it up. It's killing me. It's killing me.
He has a white name, so I'm assuming. Let's go with. I'm just gonna say every white last name: Stevens,
No.
Johnson.
No.
Uh, Damn, I don't know white names. I don't
Michael
remember-
Douglas. There you go.
Oh,
Michael Douglas.
I didn't expect that one.
There you go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Michael Douglas. War of the Roses. Look it up. Watch it. It's a crazy movie. All right. So, with all that said, thank you very much for watching episode 140 of the JAC Show. Hope you all guys learned something today. I know I didn't. And so, we'll hope to see you guys next Wednesday for episode 141. So, Jack, go ahead. Close us
All right.
off.